Everybody is telling you that you should meditate and it's good for your mind and it calms you down and relaxes you and makes you present. And you've been doing that, but then that's the end of the line, right? But I've discovered that there's a deeper layer to it, an actually hidden power, hidden secret to meditation that not many people know about, that I'm going to share with you in this episode. First of all, welcome to the Conscious Manual, where I help you to love yourself so you can love your life and actually create the reality that you want. When you've walked the path of awakening for a while and you come into the spiritual realm, one of the first things that people share with you is that you should meditate. And I know for a fact that in the beginning, you had resistance to that. That's because I did for a long time, up until I was 26, 27. Meditation was for hippies. Meditation was for people that were out there, spiritual, spiri up in the sky, doing weird stuff. I don't need to meditate. When I got really sick and I was in bed for 2 years with a gut disease, I started exploring new ways. Maybe I should try this meditation thing. So I did a 10-day challenge, 10 days of meditation with an app called Headspace. And I did that every day. I discovered some new things, but nah, just leave it there. Kept exploring other realms, and then somewhere in 2019, in the middle of 2019, I just started meditating. It's June 2019. I had no clue what I was doing. Trying some stuff that I read, trying some stuff from the internet, but I started meditating. And since that day, I meditate every single day. That's more than I think 2,000 consecutive days, whatever, because it's my anchor to the day. And for a long time, I also thought, like common sense, it is there to ground myself, to center myself, to set myself up for the day in a relaxed state so I can be more present, so I can respond instead of react. And that happened. I became much more present. I became much more relaxed. And okay, cool. That's what it does. That's good for me. I also started teaching meditation in a retreat center in South Africa where I used to live for 2 years. Taught people how to meditate. Kept doing it every day. And then recently, and I actually heard this before, but now it really hit me. I stumbled upon the work of Joe Dispenza, where he took meditation further. Now, what is meditation actually? It is a form of mindfulness, where you're mindful of what's happening around you. Meditation is just a formal way of doing so. You can sit, you can lay down, you can walk, you can stand, all forms of meditation. But it's about focusing on what's going on inside you, being present with your thoughts, observing your thoughts pass by. And then when you become present, you can actually notice that you are not your thoughts, that you are not your emotions, that you are an awareness watching all these things around you or inside you better. And what happens because of that is that you become more present and aware and you become more relaxed. Now, here's the second part of meditation, the hidden gem. The more you relax, the more you slow down your brain waves. When you're out and about in the day, you're in high beta brainwave, when you're very alert and very involved with the outer world. When you slow down, when you relax, that's in a meditation, when you're sitting down and you're just being in the moment, you go from a high beta brainwave to an alpha brainwave, where you are more relaxed, in a more relaxed state where you focus more in your internal world. Now, when you go beyond that, even deeper, you slow your brainwaves down even more, which happens during deep meditation. You reach a theta brainwave. This is where you enter the portal of the subconscious. And as your thoughts, 95% of your thoughts during the day, and you have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, 95% of those are subconscious. And all of these thoughts you can't direct. They pop up. Only 5% of your thoughts during the day are conscious, which you can steer, which you can create. that you are aware of. Now, in this theta state, which happens naturally right when you wake up or right before you go to bed, it's like this drowsy in between state when you're waking up but you're not fully awake yet, when you're going to sleep but you're not sleeping yet, is your portal into your inner program. And by going into a deep meditative state, you can create a new program straight into your subconsciousness. This means that you create your reality from the inside out. During your meditation, when your inner world becomes more important than your outer world. As I've said so many times before, and I will say it until my head turns blue, like my shirt is already. Your inner world creates your outer world, so your inner world is way more important than your outer reality. So when you're in a deep meditation and you visualize, you focus on the world, the life that you want to live, that you are living in that moment inside you, then that has to unfold in your external reality. Your mind does not know the difference between a perceived thought, a perceived reality, and what is actually happening. So when you're visualizing, it thinks that it's actually happening. It has no clue about the difference, if it's imagined or if it's real. That's why, like when you're watching a movie, a scary movie, you get these actual shivers in your body. When someone tells a painful story, you get kicked in the balls. As a man, you can feel that. Because the body does not know the difference, the mind does not know the difference between what's real and what's perceived. So with this hidden key, you can go in a deep meditation where you drop down in brainwaves, you slow them down until you hit the theta brainwave. This is what Joe Dispenza does in all his meditations. First, he gets you into a theta brainwave, and then you start creating a reality. You feel the emotions that you want to experience when you live your desired reality. You feel those emotions now. You see your life play out in a movie around you, because your internal reality shapes your external reality. So it's more important to go within than to try and shift things around in your external reality. So yes, a fantastic thing about meditation is that it calms you down. It brings awareness, and that is step one. Without this first step, you can't get into the subconscious. You need to practice awareness first. You need to be aware of your thoughts, what is serving you or what is not. Because when those subconscious thoughts pop up, and they do often 95% of the time, you can see what's programmed in there that is not serving you. I'm never lucky. Money never comes to me. I always have to pay all these bills. All these internal programs that are popping up, and because you've been practicing awareness through meditation, you see them, you catch them, and then in step two, which a lot of people don't use, they stay in the first step. You start to recreate them from the inside out. It's not an outside in story, because that's going to take a long time. Then you live in the Newtonian model where you say things take time to manifest, which they don't. When you're in the quantum field, everything happens like this. When you truly embody that state, it's a state of being. When you get up from your meditation, you had this fabulous, fabulous visualization where you felt it and you're crying from happiness and joy and abundance. Then you pull that state into the rest of your day. You stay in that state, and when you drop out of it, you get into it again. Maybe you have an anchor. When you feel like, oh, all the emotions, you put your hand on your heart for 2 seconds, and then you pull in back the gratitude, which is an easy one to get very quickly into the desired state. Because you can't create a new life based on past emotions, based on past actions, past behaviors. And you don't change this, your reality is going to stay the same. You're going to recreate more of the old. The new is going to be the old. The magical portal is really first thing in the morning and last thing in the evening, because then you're naturally there faster in the theta brainwave. You can get there during the day as well, but you just need to work a little bit harder to slow everything down, to get into your subconscious. That is where everything is created. 95% of your thoughts. Can you imagine how big a number that is? 95% of all your thoughts during the day, you have no clue what they are until they reach your conscious mind. And then your body, if you don't do anything about it, your body will create a reality. Your subconscious will steer your life. It will attract people to you that you don't want. It will attract bills to you that you don't want. It will attract unfortunate events to you that you actually don't want because you're not conscious. So step one is to meditate, to become conscious, to become aware, to train your awareness. So not a single thought that you don't want passes you by because you're aware. You're aware what's going on in your internal field. You close off the external and you go within. You practice being calm, and that slows down your brainwaves, which in effect goes together with observing your thoughts during the day and inside your realm, eyes closed, inside your cocoon. And by becoming present, the external falls away. And obviously, I still have that. I'm still practicing this 5 years in the making. You'll get distracted, thoughts will come in, and then, but because of your awareness, you can pull yourself back in. Okay, just let it pass by, come back to the practice. And when you're in that theta brainwave, when you feel like, I am, then you create it. Then you create your reality from the inside out. You visualize, you feel, you imagine, you create. And then you get off your bed, off your cushion, off your whatever, as that new person, as that new life. And then life will throw stuff at you to train you. Never tested to training. Do you respond in the old way or do you respond in a new way? If unfortunate events still coming, how do you respond? With gratitude or like, oh fuck, no, it's not working, fuck this shit, never meditating again. You have a choice. You have a choice to create or victimize. And I would suggest you create. And meditation is your golden nugget because you're carrying it all the time. You need to be dedicated. No matter what, you meditate. Because you have the identity of someone who creates your own life. Not of like, I don't have time, the kids, and my business, and the boss, blah, 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 blah. When you really want to change your life, you need to really change your life, which means you put in new practices, you put in a new mind, you put in a new subconscious, and you meditate. Because it's not this hippie whippy thing, even though I like being called a hippie, so maybe it is. It is a tool to become the creator of your life. And when you do this, your life will never be the same, and you will reach heights that you didn't even imagine that were possible for you. So for tonight, go and meditate. I'm now doing this long meditation of Joe Dispenza, 45 minutes to an hour every morning, every evening. Not saying you have to do this, but this shows my dedication to you. I can do it, you can do it. You can do it, however long it is for you. Calm yourself down and then create your reality from the inside out. You got this. You really got this. Because you are epic. Have a wonderful day. Ciao, ciao.